to the job?
Joe Brady's a hell of a guy. Obviously, he's been here, a guy that we're familiar with. It's very unfortunate as far as like how this game goes, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles with guys. I got a lot of respect for Dorsey, everything he has done, especially up to this point. But just like everybody, we got to flip the page. It's a new week, a new guy. You know what I'm saying? Things done a little bit differently, but not too much differently. Same schematically. I can't talk too much about it. You know what I'm saying? But we're all excited. We look forward to the game 100%, and can't wait to get out there.
Have you ever gone through an in-season offensive coordinator change?
Yeah, I had Norv Turner in my younger years, and then it was kind of like towards the middle of the season as well, and then I think at one point, another point in my career. So I've had some experience with it. Also with Pat Shermer. I think that was the same year actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I've had some changes throughout my career. That's what the game has. You know what I'm saying? It throws curveballs at you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to be perfect. Kind of just got to work through it,
What was that like going through it?
For me, shit. As a player, you got a different scope of it because you're kind of in it. So you can't really do too much. It's not like you make too many other decisions and things like that. So it's just like ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the better. You know what I'm saying? The more so you just go in and do your job to the best of your ability, the safer you are, probably.
Sean has repeatedly used the words confidence and energy in connection to making this decision.
Yeah.
Can a change like this significantly affect either or both?
100%. I mean, as a head coach, I probably will never experience this. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't have that hard of a job. I hope to never have that hard of a job. But it's his responsibility to make sure he's leading us in the right space, to have wins and to have success. So for us, you get behind your guy. You know what I'm saying? You have confidence in him and you make it work. So for me, it provides a spark. And as a captain on this team, along with the other captains, you need to be that force and put that battery in your back to be like, all right, that player-driven leadership, not just some coaching leadership, because obviously he has a hard enough job, but he's trying to ignite a fire in us. So follow suit.
What do you think's been holding back the offense? If that's a fair assessment of it over the past couple of months.
Just execution, on offense. As far as with the wideouts, not being on the same page all the time. We had some balls on the ground too. I had some drops. Just execution. Execution isn't at a high level. You know what I'm saying? What we're used to. And tighten up the screws, iron out some wrinkles. We can hope for a change, but more so getting out there in the practice field and communicating and working through it. I mean, I don't want to say, a lot of people like to say the house is on fire, you know what I'm saying? But for us, I feel like we do a lot of good things and we're right there. The margin for error is small in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? And our ranges for the losses that we have had, we're so small, you know what I'm saying? A turnover here or a misplay right here. So if we can try to not necessarily right the ship, but tighten up on the loose things, on those couple loose screws, maybe we can have the tide turn.
You get 7 games left, Steph. How do
Yeah.
you view that? In some ways, it's a decent amount of time, but then in others, you probably don't have enough time to really drastically change what you're doing offensively. So how do you view how much time you have remaining in terms of making those necessary changes?
It's an interesting perspective with the clock working with you compared to against you. Looking at it in perspective, we're 5-5. Obviously, we've done some good things, we've done some bad things. You know what I'm saying? So kind of to that point that I said previously, we're right there. You know what I'm saying? A small margin of error and those things that we had mishaps on. We need to capitalize more on offense. We need to score more points, obviously. I can point out the obvious for anybody, but it's just very small. It's very small on the things we probably need to correct because we do a lot of good things. It's just as far as tightening up on the details. And it's that player-driven leadership right now that's going to drive the boat. So for me, I feel like glass half full, and I'm always a glass half full kind of guy. I can't pour from an empty cup. So I feel like keep enforcing and keep bringing energy to the guys. I feel like it'll help us a lot.
Steph, when Joe was talking about his personality today, he was saying he likes to be fired up. Josh has said he brings juice, but Joe himself was saying he also tries to be a really steadying force. How have you seen that, and why is that important?
It's only really been a couple days, so it's kind of hard to gauge. I'm more so looking forward to game day. I'm super excited, and I think it might be what we need.
Steph, you're not your brother's keeper, but you are a captain on this team. What are your thoughts on what he had to say Monday night and Tuesday morning?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like to gather my thoughts when I'm asked questions. I'm not responsible for how other people feel. Anybody in this room, for this matter, a reporter, a player, even my own brother. You know what I'm saying? I love my brother, in the space that my brother's coming from is my family. You know what I'm saying? So you want to know how he feels, you gotta take it up with him. You know what I'm saying? Like putting me in a position or me having a conversation with my brother, that's outside. That's in-house family rules. But for me, I can't combat or answer all the questions as to why. You know what I'm saying? With people in the world and, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, Z, like that's something you're gonna have to ask my brother how he feels about it. So
well,
for
he
me,
made it public. I mean, he decided to
100%.
put it on social media instead of shooting you a text about it.
But if it was another fan or anybody else that commented on the game, y'all wouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened to be that it's my brother. But for me, I'm like, all right, you asking me how my brother feels, you know what I'm saying? You got to ask my brother how he feels about it. But for me, more so, I want to put more emphasis on when you put me in a space of answering questions as to how somebody else feels, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the snowball effect of people having comments or, like, I think somebody did an interview about how my brother feels, and that's my family. You know what I'm saying? I go to bat for my family 100%. I can't ask the questions as to why he feels about this, that, and the third in the game. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had that personal conversation with him. My brother's watching football right now. He's not playing too much, so obviously he's coming from more of a fan perspective, but that is my family, so I handle my family with the utmost respect, and I always hope that people treat it that way. So when people speak of my family, have a level of integrity as well, because I feel like if it was another family member or it was somebody else, you know, obviously people kind of handle things however they want, but tread lightly when you're talking about my family. You know what I'm saying?
Steph,
Like
I would ask, you can go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's the the sayings that are in the locker room right now about the man in the arena, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, your brother's in the arena, so that gives him a credibility of
For y'all,
the
you know
game.
what I'm saying? But he's not on this team. You know what I'm saying? He's not a part of the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? My brother's coming from a place of love or however he feels. He's not a part of the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to handle things in-house or however you see fit, but you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna have to take it up with him on his comments. You know what I'm saying? That's still my guy 100%, but I can't speak for him.
So, Steph, to follow that, I would ask you about how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And there were obviously concerns at some level to take as far back as June. I'm wondering, did you maybe anticipate some issues like this? Are you fully invested in where things stand with this team right now, offensively, now and into the future?
I see that, like, it's like I've repeatedly had to say the same thing twice to multiple people, and I feel like y'all put me in a space where as though I really want to ask the question as to what are y'all feeling about the situation? How do y'all feel? Because I mean, I feel like the less I say, the more they pry. Or when I address a situation, it's not enough. You want more information as to, well, speak more about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I addressed it in training camp. I addressed it prior to that. You know what I'm saying? But I really sat down with kind of everybody here around like training camp and kind of felt like I nipped it in the bud as to how I felt or what I was feeling. But here we are again. You know what I'm saying? Here we are revisiting the topic about how I feel. I play with confidence. I go in with confidence. I prepare each and every week. I've always been a professional. I never really said anything about being unhappy or in the instance of that. So when you drawing conclusions as to stuff I've never said, that's what kind of troubles me, because it kind of throws a wrench in it. And it kind of creates chaos where I haven't created. You know what I'm saying? Chaos created around me, whereas though I just been in the same space. I've been in the same place, and I've spoken true words. I've said the same thing over and over and over. So when you draw a conclusion as to how I feel in my foreseeable future here, I've never said anything but I'm a Buffalo Bill. I give it everything I got. I'm a professional, and I treat this game as such. So, like, to answer your question, give me one more time. What's your question?
I guess I'm asking you now about how you feel in light of the fact they just made a move and changed the offensive coordinator, and the offense has been struggling.
Now let me ask you a question. Sorry, I hate to ask a question when you answer.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Does it matter
Does it matter?
how I feel?
I think it does, yeah.
In what aspect? What changes will be made, or what could happen if I did feel away? Nothing.
In my opinion,
Nothing.
in my opinion, if you're fully invested,
Yeah.
as a captain, as a leader, and as
Yeah.
a star player, and elite player in this league and on this team,
Mm-hmm.
if you're fully invested, I think that matters.
No.
That's my
Not
opinion.
necessarily being fully invested, because I've never been nothing but fully invested, or especially from a professional aspect, a player aspect, a captain aspect, a brother, a teammate. I've never been nothing but fully invested. But I'm asking you, you must have confused my question. I said if I didn't feel a way or wasn't confident or I wasn't in the aspect of, if I wasn't, that's what I really was saying. But everything that you said, I've already stand truth to. That was already me. So if that wasn't me, tell me what would be the solution to it? It probably wouldn't be one. You know what I'm saying? Like, personal feelings or personal opinions on X, Y, Z. Like, I feel like I'm not a guy that carries my personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a professional at the end of the day, and I take my job serious. You can see how I play. You can see how I practice. You can see my approach and what I do. So they've never questioned me as a player and as a man or what I bring to the table. So me being fully invested has never really been in question. You know what I'm saying? So now that it's in question, I'm asking the question as why.
Okay. I just asked if you were fully invested or not, and I think you answered.
Have I shown you that I wasn't? Just a question. It's not me being
No.
facetious.
No.
That's appreciated. Thank you.